Hey Steve, congratulations on winning this month's Anim Jam, man. We really like your shot. We really like how clear and well executed the shot that you've done with the shot. It's great. And I really like the environment that you have, the low poly thing. I love that. Also, like the little details, like the wind blowing in the hair. It's great. But yeah, we have a few tweaks that we thought that might make the shot better. And first of all, I actually think that the shot could end right here. I don't feel that this part where the cube drops down adds that much more to the story, to the story of the shot. So yeah, I don't think you need that part, and I rather focus on the character and how he's glad that he's alive, and end it there. Yeah, so I would end it around here. I mean, if you want to keep the whole duration of this frame range, that's fine. But I would take out this reaction. Just focus on the character being glad that he's alive. And now let's look at the rest of the shot. Oh, one thing that I really like that you've done with your animation is that you gave the character time to react to what just happened before he dodges these boxes. And here, like the reaction that, oh, I noticed that there's another box coming down, and then he dodges. A lot of animators tend to forget that, and not giving those extra frames to show that the character's thinking and processing what's happening. And that's really good that you have that in your shot. If you don't do that, it's almost like they're preempting, or they already somehow know that there's other boxes falling down. So it's really good. What I would do though, in this part, is you see how he's just looking straight forward? I would actually, let's lower that. I would actually keep his head down so his eye line is actually looking at the box. So here, instead of tilting his head, instead of rotating the head in X up, just keep it down. And then he notices it here. And throughout this whole part, make sure his eye line is looking at the box. So we know that, oh, he's reacting to what just happened, and it's because of the box. Keep that strong eye connection to the subject. And same with when he jumps into this pose. You know, the box is dropping down from here, but he looks like he's looking that way. So what I would do is excuse my drawings, is to keep his head here and his eye line looking up this way. So he's like, oh, okay, oh, I acknowledge there's another box coming down. Goes into this pose from this new head pose, goes into this pose, and it gives a signal to the audience that, oh, there's another box coming down, just by tweaking the head position a bit and having that strong eye contact with the box that's about to come down. Yeah, and a few little things with posing. For this pose, he looks off balance. That's mainly because right now the only thing that's where his weight is concentrated is on this point where his toe is. So we draw a line here. And usually to keep something on balance, there has to be, his body mass should be evenly distributed between both sides of this line. So as you can tell, there's only this part of his body mass that's on the left side, and everything else is on the right. So that's why it feels off balance. So what I would do is just to push this pose back this way, so it's evenly distributed. So it would be like something like like that. And then that would feel, I believe that would feel a lot better and a lot more in balance. Like, I don't know about you, but my toe strength is definitely not that strong where I can hold my body weight with just my toes whilst my body is going forward, and then have the strength to jump into this pose. So yeah, I know this is a cartoony shot, but there's still things that we want to adhere to in terms of physical, like in terms of physics. So yeah, I would push the character back. And also here, excuse me. So because he's, trying to jump back, and he needs all the grip and all the strength to come from his left leg. He won't, right now, because he wants all that strength to come from his left leg, his feet should be well cemented onto the floor. So like that. And really push off. Instead of, because right now you have it flicked up. If you try to do it yourself right now, it's really hard. I would have cramp doing it, but yeah, it's really hard to push off the heel after when your momentum's still driving you forward. So keep the toes planted, cemented onto the floor, and then go into this pose. So just rotate X, plant them. Also, I noticed this arm, it hits a wall, this arm. So he goes from this to this, and then it stays still, and then it moves again. So it's kind of jittery. So you need to fix the spacing for this hand because it looks like it hits a wall, right? So what I would do, really simply, keep it going. Just keep it moving a bit. So it's like that. Keep it moving. Then as he goes into his next move, keep it lifting. Then you just blend it into the rest of your, yeah. And make sure the arc, I'm doing it really roughly, but make sure the arc is there. Work on the arcs. But yeah, I think it works. Yeah. Now you won't have that jitteriness on that right arm of his. Yeah. And also, do you see how the hand suddenly just sticks in the same position? So, get up here, and the hand's still there, and then it moves again. So you need to basically work on the spacing of that because it's jittery, like as in it really jars the eye. So what I would do, here's his hand, have it drag a bit, have it still going up because his body is starting to come down, but you can have his arm delay, so his left arm delay, so you just have it still going up, and then delete. Oh shoot. I'm terrible with this software, I'm telling you. It's embarrassing. So have his arm here, have it drag so it breaks up the all the body parts. You can have this one here still, but then this one would have to be here. Yeah, do you see how much smoother it is? Yeah, it's just like these little tweaks, like fix the spacing up a bit, and then it can make a big difference in your polishing and everything will feel a lot smoother. Whew. And as we go into this part, here I would say the same, keep the foot planted. And then instead of using the heel, you use your toes to jump back. It's the same as the jump here. Use the toes to jump. But I love this part. This is great. He notices it, then and the little stretch you got there. It's great. Awesome. Yeah, a few more little things here. So a lot of people also forget to use the shoulders, and I feel like here is a good example of that, where you can really push the pose by pushing the shoulders up. Pushing these shoulders up. So it has that little curl, and everything will flow better. Because right now it looks like he's not using any of his shoulders and it's just his arms going up. So I think this could improve your pose too. And as he's going into this, see, this pose is a bit weird. If you push the shoulder up, it could ease that lump a bit more. And I would push the elbow down, because right now that's a bit of a weird, like, it looks broken. His arm looks broken. It looks like, yeah, I'm not sure that I can't do it, but I would lower his elbow down. Because I don't think that's physically possible. It looks like it's a broken arm. Someone snapped it out of place. So yeah, push the shoulders and lower the elbow and create a better arm pose, like a breakdown into this pose. It's just as simple as lowering this elbow down, you know, going into here, and that's great. But yeah, and as he comes up, and then here, as it comes to this part, I feel like let me quickly set. I feel like this pause that he has, I totally understand what you're doing. There's, you're trying to break up the timing of the shot, which is great. Because there's all these things happening, then here, you want to give it a pause, right? But I feel like the pause is a bit too long, where he's not doing anything. I actually think around 1/8. Yeah, around 1/8 to 1/8 is where you can have the character start moving again. Because, yeah, right now he starts moving again at what, 195? I feel like that's too long of a pause where there's nothing happening. And, these timing things, it's pretty subjective, and it comes with, more experience. As you animate more, you kind of tend to have a knack for beats of a shot. And, like, again, I said, it's subjective, but yeah, like, I'm just going by feeling, and I paused the shot again just now, spacebarred, and then stopped at 1/8 again. So I believe like at 1/8 is a good timing for you to start going into this pose. And along the same lines of breaking up timing, I feel like him going into this last pose, you can slow it down a bit, because again, this all these things are happening so fast. Everything's quick action. Here, you can contrast the timing by slowing it down. So at 1/8, when we were just saying like when you should start moving, you could already move from this pose to this pose throughout this whole duration. So you get an extra 10 frames to get into this pose. And I think that would break up the timing, and that would really sell the fact that, oh, all these things were just falling on me, and I don't want to move too much in case more things fall on me. So he's slowly kind of like, okay, is everything okay? All right, I think I'm still alive. That kind of idea. So yeah, I think overall, I think you did a great job with the shot. Again, really well executed. And I hope you had fun animating the shot, because yeah, it's great. So yeah, can't wait to see your next shot on our Facebook group, and happy animating. See ya, man.
Hey, if you've enjoyed this critique, we have a lot more over at our animation Facebook group, AnimJam. Every month we hold an animation competition where the winner will get a free critique from an industry professional. But AnimJam is more than just a competition. It's a community where you can learn more about animation, share your work, and hopefully be inspired. We have members from all over the world at all different skill levels. There are members from big studios such as Framestore, Sony, Naughty Dog, Luma Pictures, and the list goes on. The group is growing at an exponential rate, and it's super exciting to see all the great work being done. In the future, there's a lot more planned for the group, so join up to stay involved. We'll see you there.